The PM began by invoking the Uluru Statement from the Heart.
Friends, when we have power over our destiny, our children will flourish. They will walk in two worlds and their culture will be a gift to their country.
As he reaffirmed his government's commitment to an Indigenous voice to Parliament.
A committee of Indigenous Australians, chosen by Indigenous Australians, to work for Indigenous Australians in every part of our nation, giving Parliament and government the advice to drive better results in health, education, employment and housing. That's what The Voice is about. Advice. This is what voting yes represents. A once-in-a-generation opportunity.
The Yes campaign's heavy hitters spoke too.
One of the most tragic things I deal with is remote communities suffering from rheumatic heart disease. You get a fever as a child and you are condemned for the rest of your life. They have a sword hanging over them. I looked up the Hansard for our local Member of Parliament who's represented us for 26 years, whether he's mentioned rheumatic heart disease in those 3 decades, and the answer is no. That's why we need a voice.
But despite their optimism, this morning brought more adversity.
The Yes case is almost unsalvageable, according to a new poll.
It reveals that nationally, 56% of Australians are likely to vote no, compared to just 44% who intend to vote yes.
I didn't quite hear that.
Also making headlines today, this.
You know, online, the No campaign have multiple social media pages. Some of them now are using AI with a black Indigenous character to try and look like it's an Indigenous person supporting the No campaign.
Crikey.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you say that was from the No campaign or from some random?
No, from the No campaign.
John Paul Janke's comments not appreciated by the No team.
A complete and utter lie of all the racist, offensive, inaccurate things that have been said about this No campaign. This is probably the worst.
So as Garma draws to a close, has it been a success, or does the push for a voice continue to fall on deaf ears?
What we do in this referendum will be absolutely momentous. We're going to love them on the beaches in this campaign.
The referendum is about whether we retreat into ourselves or have the courage to advance forward. We can get this done together, and we can get this done now this year. Because if not us, who? And if not now, when?
Well, John Paul Janke is standing by at the Garma Festival for us tonight, and it looks like he might have a gatecrasher there with him. Tony Armstrong as well.
How about this, hey? How about this? We have gone from the red carpet of the Logies last week to the red dirt of Gulkala here at the Garma Festival.
And you're best dressed both times.
He left his Logie at home. He didn't want to bring it. He didn't want to bring it to get red dirt, yeah.
Hey, can I just say, JP has been amazing all Garma. Watched him this morning on Insiders, and truly, what the way you spoke, the insights you brought, yeah, it was amazing to watch.
There you go. I need that on my resume.
Did we get that? Did we get that? Are the bosses listening? I'll get out of here.
All right, you better go. Good to see you.
Was that live or what?
He's got to go and do another interview. Yeah.
It's so good to talk to you, though, and see a bit of what is going on up there. For most of us watching from afar, we don't necessarily have a concept of what Garma actually is. Can you explain what's happening behind you right now?
Yeah, well, look, Garma Festival is this national gathering of thought leadership. It's an invitation by Yolngu leaders to come here and talk about all things Indigenous. Going on at the moment is the Bungal ceremony. It's held each evening as a way to close off all the forums and all the discussions with dance and ceremony. Tonight being Sunday night, this Bungal is really about the different clans putting on their special dances, but they also invite Balanda or non-Indigenous people up to dance. And if you'll notice, I stay well away from that because I don't want to pull a hamstring or a calf muscle.
There's obviously so much focus at the moment on the yes and no campaigns, and the polls show support for the yes vote is waning. The PM has said that this is our one chance. How do you think the yes campaign can turn this around?
Yeah, look, I can't speak on behalf of the Yes campaign, but speaking to a lot of people here, I think what they want to see over the next couple of weeks and months is a real sort of campaign momentum that rolls into that referendum Saturday. So I think they really want to use this festival and forward as building that momentum to swaying people who are still undecided about how they're going to vote on referendum day.
Noel Pearson spoke so beautifully at Garma Festival this weekend, and it seems like the tone of the Yes campaign is starting to change. Noel Pearson said we're going to love them on the beaches in this campaign, and he also made an excellent point about rheumatic heart disease affecting remote communities and how a voice to Parliament will change that. Do you think we need to see more of that in this campaigning?
Yeah, I think, look, Noel Pearson's speech here at the Garma Festival was one of the highlights, and it came on a day where the Prime Minister spoke, Jawa Yunupingu spoke, the chair of the Yothi Yindi Foundation, and as you mentioned, Noel spoke about heart disease in Aboriginal communities in Cape York, which have been eradicated around Australia, but still affect Indigenous children. And he said, and we've covered this on The Point many times, they are sick of burying their children or people who have heart disease that has been eradicated, not only here in Australia, but other third world countries around the planet.
I think probably a sign of just how fraught this campaign is already, John Paul, you made some allegations today about the No campaign using AI-generated images. What exactly are you seeing?
Yeah, look, we were showing some social media pages where campaigners for the No case have used AI blackface characters to prosecute their arguments against the referendum. And really it shows, I think, that there is a lot of misinformation out there, and it's up to people really to sift through that, make their own opinions, be informed ahead of that referendum day.
But you stand by what you said this morning?
Yes.
John Paul, we'll let you go and take part. I know you said you're looking after your hamstring, but it kind of looks fun.
Yeah, thanks very much.